Welcome to GHOSTWATCH2016. We're watching Kamen Rider Ghost. I'm Coriander Dickinson. I've seen a bunch of Kamen Rider.
I'm Heather Jerry. I don't want to watch Kamen Rider anymore.
I'm Kate Stark. I'm with Heather on this one. There's only like 9 episodes left. I'm real excited about it.
We have to watch more Kamen Rider.
No.
Okay, the show... Okay, real quick before we get into this episode, which was an abomination. This show started off very good. I was into it. I was very confused by all of it, but the episodes were cohesive, and it was cool, and it was funny, and... Pardon my swearing. Corey, you're going to have to beep this, but it has really fallen off the rails here.
You could just say, it has fallen off the rails.
I need the emphasis.
No, you need
on the
SH on that.
Things.
No.
Stuff.
Everything.
Everything.
All of it.
I needed the emphasis of a swear.
Even the rails have fallen off the rails.
And Heather agrees with me. I think you kind of agree too.
It was real good at the beginning.
It was cute.
Yeah, and then they reset those days and it just went downhill. Never reset your clocks.
It's really hard when, like, there's no consequences for death and then failing to meet your goals.
I fail to meet my goals all the time.
But are you already dead?
Oh, no.
You'll never know.
And you'll never tell.
Okay, so this is episode 41. Now, what did we think this episode was going to be called? Me start? I thought it was going to be called Fear. It's What's for Dinner.
No. Death. A new beginning.
Icons. We have them.
In reality, it was actually called
Shockwaves, the magistrate's decision.
So bad. Mine was better.
What happened last time?
Did he actually make a decision in this episode?
He did make a decision. The
Oh,
decision was to get punched.
We'll get there.
Okay, I don't remember him putting out his pros and cons list and actually making a good decision.
It was not
No,
that,
there was that entire charting scene where he, like, wrote up on the whiteboard, like, he made the 2 columns and then did some game theory.
Held a conference,
yeah,
and then a video conference.
There was a lot happening in this episode.
He ran a Twitter poll.
I can understand how you would miss some things.
He also ran a straw poll on top of the Twitter poll.
I mean, like, Twitter polls don't always work for people.
No.
Yeah, not everybody
Depending
can
on
access
if you're
them.
using Tweetbot or the regular client desktop, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
All right, so last week, that's what you want?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, last week there was a dead crab. That's really the important part. Also, what do my notes say? Also, Dream My Spectre Daddy.
Yeah, the hot dad in the jungle.
Which had zero payoff this episode.
My god! Wait, you're right!
They foreshadowed that?
What the hell?
Over the course of, like, 2 episodes with, like, oh, Makoto, my father left when I was a kid. I walked down the road following him.
I was so excited. When I sat down, I was like, oh, this show, what could possibly happen after Dead Crab? And you're like, wait, Spectre's dad. Remember? Hot Forest Dad, and I got excited, and then that's probably why I was so disappointed by this episode, is because Hot Dad didn't show up at all.
Not even a little bit.
Or anything.
Not even further foreshadowing, which is a thing they probably would have done. Maybe it got cut.
Well, we have 19 days left.
Taco's looking at the moon.
It's very dreamy.
The moon is looking at Taco.
They lean in.
It's very far away.
Their noses touch.
Taco gets crushed.
The stars come in between and say, no, you gotta leave room for Jesus.
The tides get all sorts of goofed up. The earth floods and everyone dies.
The planet's orbit becomes misaligned as the axis tilts.
This is some really sexy fic.
I mean, not every day does your romance shift the entire gravitational, like, offset of the planet.
And it's a hell of a lot better than what actually happened in this episode.
Yeah, so Akari's working in the lab, looking at a science calendar. It's got days crossed off to the day that Taco was meant to die. And she kind of wanders to go find Taco and walks past the table in the middle of the HQ. And there's a little postcard from QB on there saying, hope you're all well. And it's a little hand-painted and it's really cute. And then Akari goes and talks to Taco.
Like, there's a brief moment of Onari in another room saying, oh, 19 days left. Like, maybe they're all wistfully considering that there's only 19 days, as though 19 is more special than 20.
Well, it's the number of days that they allow for their planners.
You think they're on like a 19-day week?
I think that their bullet journals only go about 19 days at a time.
If I had a 19-day week, I would be so much more productive.
But then your months might be less.
Yeah, but my weeks, I can only plan so far in the future.
Imagine how long you could sleep.
Honestly, I'd be so much happier if I didn't have to sleep. I would get so much more work done.
What do you mean didn't have to sleep? Sleep is, like, the best.
Yeah, but I have so much work to do all the time.
I'd like to compile my sleep into one day as opposed to splitting it up over a few days.
No. You can sleep multiple times per day.
I have so much work to do all the time. I can't sleep all the time. I stopped napping.
What?
I don't have time for naps. I barely have time to be here. But I like you guys, so that's why I'm here.
Sataka says he hears voices now.
And he's like, I see things. I'm a little less human. But you know what? I'm not scared. I'm here to fight. I'm going to protect everyone.
And Akari's like, no, you have to come back to life, and you have to be a human when you come back to life.
Please. Then we are in Gnome Hell, and we see Gnamps.
Gnamps.
We see Gnamps.
Military Gnamps.
Military Gnamps.
Gnamps.
Looking off and saying, I really need to stop Emperor Brother. My world, my ideal utopia will be lost if I don't do that. It's really important.
Maybe that's his decision. Maybe that's we saw it finally.
Yeah.
Wasn't really clear at the time, but there we go.
Well, sometimes the decisions we make in life are not clear to us when we make them.
Then we cut back to the lab where Akari is looking at computers that are scanning the monolith, and in the foreground of the shot we see some really nice looking snacks.
Yeah.
So hungry. But then Akari starts getting mad at science. You could say it's mad science.
No, that's not mad science. She's stuck. She has hit a roadblock.
She's running into computer walls.
Yeah, she's getting pretty upset. But who's there to help her?
No one.
Wait.
She calls out for Gramps.
And then who's there to help her?
Urisen.
And also Gramps.
They're there, but she actively seeks them out.
Yes. What's Urisen wearing, Corey? You seem to really take a liking to this one.
It's a bald cap with like hair on the sides, like mad science style, but
and a tiny lab coat.
Yeah, a tiny lab coat. But I love it because Urisen's head is an eyeball, so he's already bald. But they got a bald cap wig that fit.
It was very stupid. And then Akari is basically more upset because they're not helping at all.
We also get a cut to Spectre hunting other specters and killing them and being in pain.
Yep.
There was a quick transformation where they transform and do some punches, and then we're back at Snapple again.
And everyone's eating.
They're eating dinner. Bowls of rice and little yummies. And then they kind of look over and realize that Spectre's not there.
Yeah, somehow they missed that he was missing.
And served him a bowl and put it at a place at the table. And then as they're eating, they're like, wait a minute. Hold up. Where's our buddy? As if it wasn't painfully obvious that he was missing.
And Ken's like, hey, did you know I have a second brother that I didn't know about? Because we should maybe set 2 invisible places at the table for other brother.
That is not what happened.
That's not what happened at all.
I'm trying to make this episode
more interesting.
I'm trying to make my memories of this episode better.
So we're back before...
But they are talking about the Shadow Spectre, because Cannon did see one in the military outfit earlier, and she's relayed that information to Snapple, and Snapple's all like, hey, Cannon, you were talking about this weird Makoto you saw. Where's Makoto right now?
And then we see Makoto right then.
Killing a Makoto.
Killing Doppel Spectre. And then Doppel Spectre leaves because he dies, whatever. And then normal Spectre grabs his heart because he's having one of those heart pains again, and then falls to the ground.
I wonder if they don't know if doctors exist.
Well, maybe.
I mean, they don't need them. They've got photocopiers.
So then they're all discussing the second Spectre. And Cannon's like, yeah, but I mean, he knew, but he just told you guys not to worry about it, so it's totally fine. He told me not to worry. Don't worry.
And then Urisen interrupts by saying that Gramps is in trouble.
Yeah, so everybody runs down.
He's in a big pinch.
Because then they go into the basement, and they just see Akari just beating the crap out of Gramps.
She's really mad at Gramps. And Gramps talks about how Taco is Miracle Boy, and some stuff happened. I kind of tuned out a lot of what happened because it seemed like a comedy scene that was not interesting.
Yeah, and then Akari's like, I vow to bring Taco back to life, blah, blah, blah. And while they're all talking in a group, Makoto arrives at the top of the stairs, and PB sees him leave again without talking to anyone, and PB follows.
So when they're all kind of trying to pull Akari off of Gramps, they're saying, oh, but it's all about fate. Isn't that right, Taco? And then an icon zooms out of Taco's robe and possesses Akari, and it is the icon of Beethoven. Beethoven has this whole speech about
Passion and overcoming cruel fate.
yeah, he lost his hearing, but he figured it out, and he kept composing music. So if Beethoven can do it, Taco can do it.
Well, I really like that Beethoven's mad at Taco for not being mad and like angry and railing against fate.
Yeah, he's like, why aren't you angry? Why don't you have any rage? Use your rage.
And then, Urisen decides to join in on this as well.
Urisen
and
also has a conductor stick.
also be very pro Beethoven rage with its
Very
music note
silly.
helmet head.
And while they're all distracted, Gramps does a ninja smoke bomb.
And leaves. Beethoven then unpossesses Akari, and she goes back to work.
And she's all like, I'm very busy now, people. Please leave.
So then Spectre is outside and pulls out his Cobra phone and calls Gnome Gnamps. I don't know where that came from, but I'm keeping it.
It's military Gramps.
Yeah, calls Military Gramps in Gnome Hell and is saying, I want to save Taco. What do I have to do to save Taco's life? And Military Gramps is like, you need to stop Emperor Brother. If you do that, you will save Taco.
It's like, you need to work towards my agenda. He just outright says, he's like, hey, if you do what I want, that would be good.
It'll totally work out in both our favors. And after he hangs up the phone, he's like, great, he'll come here and we'll destroy the gun misers together. Because that plan's worked before.
And Taco goes to talk to Akari up on the loft. And Akari suddenly figures out everything.
She has a science breakthrough. She's talking about photocopiers in Gnome Hell.
Did you guys know that photocopiers keep the human body in the thing, and then they put the soul in the icon, and then they get to live longer because they're in a photocopier?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No.
Woo!
Oh my god. Yeah, so we
Big
knew that.
revelations.
We knew
There
this.
were some screens with human outlines and
It was like flowcharts.
photocopiers, and I mean, it would have been a cool presentation if I had cared.
I mean, she has never been there, right?
No.
She hasn't seen a photocopier in person.
No.
So she is just figuring this out based on, like, interdimensional science.
Yeah, but I mean, a bunch of the people that she, like, lives with
Have been icons.
have been icons, have been in photocopiers. They have seen, like, they just, like, sketch it out.
Like, do you think PB doesn't know that that's how the
clearly-
system works?
Clearly, they've never told her. She's been doing all this work this entire time, and
Yeah.
no one's bothered to tell Akari how
Jerks.
this works.
They're all jerks.
Yeah.
Well, I like the following scene, because Spectre and Necrom in their Kamen Rider forms try to enter Gnome Hell through a gate, and they get rejected and detransformed, and then Spectre, or PB at that time, decides to finally say that, oh, I've lost contact with my sister too.
Yeah, that was really
Oh, yeah, by
like,
the way. It's
like-
been days.
hey, we can totally go through. Oh, hey, we can't. Hey, you know what really seems like good information right now? The fact that I haven't been able to contact my sister in a while. And I didn't think that was weird. And I didn't go back or do anything about it until now.
Or try to talk to Military Gramps, who is also in the same dimension.
Yeah,
Or literally do literally anything.
it seems really relevant right now.
Like, you were on Cobra phone 5 minutes ago talking to Military Gramps, so you know contact works that way.
But in case the viewers don't know, we go to Gnome Hell where we can see Snow White and Stormcrow Frap. I don't know if we...
I think this one's Frappuccino from the episode with Pink Necrom.
So, Emperor Brother is in the middle of the room talking to Frappuccino. Snow White, White Sister, is sitting off to the side. And
Unhappily.
yeah, she's sulking, as I think anyone would be. And Emperor Brother is like, you will watch me execute my plan. You will be witness to it. It will be great. This is going to be fine.
Yeah, Frappuccino's like, oh, outside entry attempt was detected and deterred.
So then Military Gramps rocks up into the room to stop the brother. But then Emperor Brother, I used tentacles as a verb.
Well,
He tentacled. He did.
they
he
look like
tentacled.
weird.
He's trying to reach the roof with
Like-
his weird tentacles, but it's from when he was the Flower King or whatever.
Yeah,
And
like
in the roof there is like a golden eye portal. So Gramps,
I think this is what the prayer room looks like with the lights on.
oh,
They're in like a round room and the
they
eye
should
is
really
there.
turn that on more often.
yeah, it was much nicer. Brother hurts Military Gramps. Military Gramps transforms to Ultima.
Which is a black battle cat.
Yes.
And then like grabs onto Sweat Bro and teleports them into the real world, but in the sky.
Emperor Brother like seems totally unfazed by this. He's like, "Oh yeah, this was a bad thing for you to do." Okay. Transforms himself into weird flower gnome, and then they battle in midair for a bit.
Thankfully, Taco Time felt the portal thing happen, so him and PB and Spectre show up at some point during this fight once they've been on the ground.
And the brother was talking
His
to
military Gramps.
but like how
Battle Gramps is all like, the population of our world will die if you keep doing what you're doing. Blah, blah, blah. Your father, blah, blah, blah. Utopia.
yeah, your father wasn't perfect. It doesn't matter what he did to this world. Blah blah blah.
And Sweat Emperor is like, anyone who opposes me is imperfect and should be destroyed and stupid.
So
Stuff.
he tries to destroy him, and the other three are like, no, and they transform and jump in front.
Which was really cool.
Yeah, no, actually it was really neat because as they were running down, their jackets were transforming and getting on behind them. Yeah.
And then they made like a big infinity shield.
And then Steampunk Man is there for some reason watching, and he's all like, thing is almost done.
Demia project.
I am a smart person. Remember that I exist. Goodbye.
Yep, that was basically exactly what happened.
Oh, right. And then, we go back to Snapple, and Poncho Boy is talking about military Gramps.
Yeah,
And he's just like, he's like a scientist in your world.
Military Gramps is a little beaten up because of his scuffle with Sweat Bro. So he's getting patched up and kind of like his face cleaned and
Dabbed
stuff.
with a cotton ball.
Yeah, which was very sweet. But he was basically like, this is Magistrate from my homeland, from the Gnome Hell.
Not Gramps at all.
No, different person.
And they did talk about the possibility of a twin brother.
Mhm.
And then Gramps explains everything.
Well, they ask the important questions. How is Snow White? She's okay.
Has he connected to the root of power, the eye? No.
The great eye has always been there. It was there before we were. And we use the power of the thing to save our population. And
Only Thick Dad could do it.
I created the gun misers to restrict access to the power. Blah, blah, blah.
And then his son and wife died, and he got mad and didn't want people to die anymore, so he stopped people from dying, except we couldn't make that work properly, and people were dying, and we couldn't stop it.
And then we cut back to Gnome Hell for some reason, because Sweat Emperor's going off again about how imperfect people are stupid.
He's trying to connect to the Great Eye.
With his tentacles. He's trying
Yeah.
to reach this eye in the ceiling with his tentacles. He's
He-
like, oh no, I can't.
He
And then-
tentacled again, but then they were like, you're lacking something.
Then Frappuccino's like, Taco Time's got what you want.
And then, wait,
Oh.
I'm lacking Taco? Is Taco the key? Will I get answers for the sake of my
Oh.
perfect utopia?
That means he has to
Okay.
go all the way back to the human world that he just
came
left.
from.
I didn't realize the thing was Taco has what you want so much as you're gonna need Taco. So I thought he came to kidnap Taco. That makes he was interrogating Taco.
He's like, Taco's got what you lack.
Yeah.
So
Heart.
Sweat Bro's got to figure out what Taco has that he doesn't.
Infinity
A heart.
icon.
A soul. Feelings.
Friends.
Empathy.
Less tentacles.
Those
Probably
hoodies.
takoyaki.
Probably.
Anyways.
And
Right, we're back at Snapple, and they're
And
talking about
how
how
Sweat Bro and Igor, which is steampunk, had this plan to invade the human world to steal energy so that they could keep the photocopiers running.
yeah. Also, Military Gramps made the gun misers.
Yeah.
And everything, and he keeps screwing up, and things aren't working the way he wants them to. Akari's
And then,
mad.
Yeah, Akari's like, oh, didn't you just create your utopia for yourself and not for others? Science is for helping people.
Happiness. Happy science. And Tiger Time's like, he's here!
Yeah, Taco gets the vibes that a gun miser is present.
But a different kind of gun miser, like a
Sweat flower.
strong,
A sweat flower.
gross. Yeah, he was like, there's that feeling again. And it felt like he has a different feeling whenever a very powerful one is near, but he basically ran outside and then, oh, there's sweat flower in the field.
I mean, you do want your sweat flowers left in the field. You don't want to take them inside.
No.
They get water everywhere.
Sweat flower started off by asking, what secret do you hold? And Spectre just like runs in front and is like, hold on, guys,
Give
I
me
got
my
this.
sister back.
Yeah. So transforms really quickly, and it's a 1v3.
Do you remember the bit where there was a military Makoto on the cliff, and then the military Makoto jumps off, and a Spectre runs out, and then it's Deep Spectre versus Spectre.
Yeah, that happens after this.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a
all part of the same crap.
Yeah, but there's a 1v3 versus Deep Spectre, Sweat Brother, Sweat Flower, Frappuccino, and the third one.
Yeah, I didn't.
Who's
I
the
didn't.
third one? It
I
looks
don't
like
know.
a
I'm gonna
rock.
call that one Rocky Road.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
It
okay.
looks like
it is
one
a
of
rock.
the pair that are that were fighting Pink Necrom.
Yes. So then it's 1v3, and then Pretty Boy and then Taco transform to like join in, and then Brother and Spectre get into it, and then like you said, then like Doppel Spectre shows up, and then all of Snapple just like rocks up. They're like, "Hey, you guys, oh, is this happening?
It
This
was like,
fun."
oh wow,
Yeah.
there is another Spectre.
And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, but also you guys are in danger.
Yep.
There's
And then
just two gun misers and the Sweat Emperor out there.
Spectre beats up fake Spectre, and everyone's like, "Yay, he did it! He's so cool!" And then he like
Has a heart attack.
electrocutes, breaks his transformation off, falls over with a heart attack, and everyone's like, "Oh!" And they run up to him. And then Necrom uses a gun attack thing at some point with some.
Necrom's taken on both
things.
the gun misers, and the Grim icon flies to him, or he transforms with it, and the Himiko icon flies into the end of the gun. Like I think it was last episode or the episode before, they revealed that underneath the hand and the grippy guns is an icon slot. And so it's both the Grim and Himiko using an attack to fight off the gun misers, because apparently they're strong enough to do that.
And then the best part, which is the three nasty gnomes, all send an attack towards basically all of Snapple, and then Infinity, Grateful, whatever.
But what kind of attack is it?
I don't want to talk about it.
What?
Some kind of bird thing.
They
No.
all summon these bird
Birds.
creatures.
This was so dumb. I was
So-
hoping to just skim right
so
over that.
birds, the
like-
birds shoot them.
8 tiny Articunos, a Moltres, and a Zapdos.
And then everyone's in danger, and Taco, like, glitter
Flies
teleports to block it.
And then the episode's over. We don't see if he gets hit. We don't see if anybody gets hurt.
There's a large explosion,
But then that's it.
but that's it.
He doesn't get hit.
So
So
dumb.
He blocked it all.
clearly the series is over, and
Wait.
it ended badly.
Wait, hold up. Taco has access to all of the stupid icons. Why doesn't the kid just be alive?
He tried that.
But, I mean,
He got kicked out.
yeah,
It
but
didn't work. That's why
look at
they-
his new transformation.
they
He's like buddies with
redid-
everybody, and like Magistrate is on his side now. Like, come on, he could just do it.
Nope.
Ay.
More episodes.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, yeah, if you're still with us.
I'm very
Thank
sorry.
you so much.
Ugh. You're the only thing keeping us going now.
Maybe
It's true.
next episode we just talk more about Taco Time and the moon and their relationship.
I liked that part a lot.
That was good.
Mhm.
The moon does feature very prominently in Taco's nighttime porch sitting.
Mhm.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta gaze into your lover's eyes.
I wish I had a porch now. Or a deck. I want to sit outside at nighttime and not.
And Mac on the moon.
Yeah. That's all I got going for me.
Smoochy faces.
Smoochy faces in the moon. Social media, go.
Yeah. Ghostwatch 2016.
Twitter. Oh, wait, YouTube. That's very cohesive branding. Website.
Yes.
Great. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Bye.
Help us.